did I play basketball? I love the game. When I started playing as a 14-year-old kid, practicing 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, 6 hours on the weekends, I was alone in the gym, alone. Played before 100 people, 200 people, maybe 1,000 people. And as you succeed, you played before more people. But I was in the game, not because this was a public career. I was in the game because I loved the game. Politics. Why am I in politics? Well, I'm in politics because I care about things. Because I care about making America a better place and a safer world. I'm in politics to get things done, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senator Bill Bradley. Feel better. Bill Clinton will be the next president of the United States. We meet in New York to begin the campaign for change. Won't it be nice? Won't it be nice to have a president who knows what he believes and what he wants to do? We meet in New York, but we represent the nation. And we meet at a moment when Americans are uncertain and divided. People are angry, and so am I. For 12 years, I've seen kids kill kids in our cities and people sleep on the streets. For 12 years, I've watched workers lose their jobs and government yield again and again to the special interests. For 12 years, I've heard our leaders say, everything's just fine. For too long, American leadership has waffled and wiggled and wavered. Tonight in America, wages are flat, unemployment is up, the deficit grows, health care and college costs skyrocket. What did you do about it, George Bush? You waffle and wiggle and waver. Our nation and the world live on borrowed environmental time. Most of the world met this year in Rio to do something about it. What did you do about it, George Bush? You waffle and wiggle and waver. What was once thought impossible has come true. The peoples who suffered under communism forged a path to freedom and adopted our democratic ideals. And then it came time to act decisively to support a new Russia. And what did you do, George Bush? You waffle and wiggle and waver. This spring, the city of Los Angeles burned. And when it came time to confront the desperation and anger that boiled over into sickening violence, time to provide help for the people of our cities, what did you do, George Bush? You waffle and wiggle and waver. When we look back at the last 12 years, one pattern becomes very clear: the collapse of standards. another bank that fails, another deficit ignored, another high school graduate who can't read, another executive who bails out of a failing company with a golden parachute, another politician who lies, another politician who lies a little better, another Supreme Court justice who's not the best we could have, another male office holder who just doesn't get it. The evidence of this administration's willingness to inflame the wounds that it should heal is everywhere. And the spectacle of social crises that can be seen right through the windows of the White House does not seem to trouble our leaders' sleep. They lead the most idealistic nation in history, but they are themselves without idealism. Fear, division, and the death of hope, these are the fruits of Republican rule. And so I say to our president, this election year, your slogans that camouflage callousness and glamorize greed will profit you nothing. The party is over. People are tired of paying for the mistakes and scandals of government. There's work to do. People want the truth. But to be absolutely truthful, we Democrats must also look into our own hearts and admit that we too have some responsibility for our predicament. We too have often preferred the short term to the long term, our own kind to others, individual thrills to collective responsibilities. So we meet here tonight at a moment of reckoning, not just for the Republican or Democratic parties, but for America. Of course, this is a partisan gathering, but the road we must travel now is difficult, and the job ahead requires that we reach beyond partisanship. Yes, our Democratic Party comes to New York with a purpose, but it's not just to win. It's to win for a reason. We come to New York to give American men and women control over their lives again. We come to New York, in the words of the great poet Langston Hughes, to let America be America again. Let it be the dream it used to be. There have always been two Americas, the flawed one we live in day by day, and the better one we dream of when our spirits soar. For the slave, who was someone out there's great-great-grandparent, the dream was the promise of freedom of the North Star's beacon. For the computer operator in Trenton, New Jersey, or the meat packer in Omaha, Nebraska, listening right now, warily, to what we Democrats are saying this evening, the dream is his vote. The faith, her vote counts. The hope, her vote, well cast, will help make a better America. For 10 years, I played basketball for the New York Knicks in this building. The guys on my team came from a variety of places, a variety of backgrounds. We respected each other, and we were winners. We gave up our personal personal agendas so the team could succeed and win. The idea of giving up something small for yourself to gain something big for all of us is not new. But putting that ancient idea into practice is the central necessity of our new age. Giving up the desire for more of everything now is the key to having more of something better in our future. We will consume away our planet if we can't find the discipline to say, enough. The race for more, comes from the fear that we live in a world where nothing lasts and nothing endures, not products, homes, jobs, or family bonds. What's life worth if we don't strive to build something that's larger than we are and lasts longer than we do? For too long, we've not worried about future generations or met our obligations to each other. Instead, we've lived for ourselves and for today. Such a world is simply not sustainable. What we really face is a crisis of meaning. Without meaning, there can be no hope. Without hope, there can be no struggle. Without struggle, there can be no betterment. What do we want our children to have? An understanding of what it means to be human and how to care for others, or an understanding of what it takes to step on someone else for success and how to tell more effective lies. Individualism degenerates into greed without agreement on its limits. The microchip may be faster than the human brain, but it doesn't have a heart. A new drug might defeat a disease, but it won't eradicate hatred. Technology can't tell us what's right and wrong. Achieving personal excellence and extending a helping hand are the indispensable elements of an American future that works, and both are part of something larger, assuming responsibility for ourselves and our country. Let America be America again. Let it be the dream it used to be. I can't stand on this podium tonight without talking about race in America, because the quest for racial justice is one of the reasons why I'm in politics and why I'm proud to be a Democrat. Just as slavery was our original sin, so race remains our unresolved dilemma. But it's no longer a matter of white Americans allowing non-white Americans entrance into their society by desegregating restaurants and schools. The reality is that African, Asian, Latino, and Native Americans are at the heart of what America has been and is. And all of us can determine what America will become. Diversity is our strength, not our weakness. It offers opportunity for world leadership that is deeper than the swagger of military might or the pride of material wealth. It implies something unique and untapped. If a new woman or a new man can be formed out of the ashes of the 20th century with all its wars and hatreds, it will be done here in America. At another time in our history, Martin Luther King Jr. wrote from his jail cell in Birmingham, "We will have to repent in this generation, not merely for the vitriolic words and actions of bad people, but for the silence of good people." The silence of good people. Isn't that our challenge as a party and a nation? To reach out to our fellow Americans and mobilize the good people of all races for action? action that will stop the random violence in our cities, rebuild economic opportunity and jobs for all, and provide moral leadership worthy of our ideals. Let America be America again. Let it be the dream it used to be. It's sometimes said that Americans lack a tragic sense of life. It would be more correct to say that Americans are not content to let tragedy have the last word. The United States is history's greatest experiment in the elimination of despair. It was built on the belief that though there are many men, women, and children among us who've been the victims of injustice, we are not a nation of victims. Built on the belief that we are free men and women who cannot be reduced to our social or economic circumstances, but can act to alter those circumstances. Built on the belief that scars do heal, that the change is possible, and that the present can free itself from the grip of the past. Built on the belief that adversity is not fate, but a dare, a challenge, an opportunity to show that all of us, all races, genders, ethnicities, and religions can strive together, can work together, prosper together, achieve a better America, achieve a better world. Let America be America again. Let it be the dream it used to be. Let it be the dream it can be.